Hi, my name is Jamie Behrens. I'm 24 years old and I'm an equestrian athlete, which is horse riding, and I've been doing it since the age of 4. That's an interesting story. I actually went with one of my friends and her family for a ride one day, and I never looked back since. It was perfect, a match made in heaven, and yeah, I rode and then slowly started competing. Been very privileged to be in the sport for this amount of time. I was very successful as a pony rider. I was representing my province, getting my colors in show jumping and eventing. And I moved through the ranks to juniors, which is 15 to 18. I also represented my province for I think 3 years in a row. Then I won the ultimate dream, which was the South African Eventing Championships in 2017. Then in 2018 I was finally able to represent my country at the Inter-Africa Cup in the Africa Shield team, where you actually compete on borrowed horses, so that was quite fun. Yeah, it's quite difficult to stay at the top of the sport, but I'm lucky to have good support. Yes, I think I've got a lot of confidence in my abilities, and that makes working a lot easier. It can be quite daunting going into an industry that you don't actually know where you stand, but for me it's easy, it's confidence. I'm very confident in my abilities and being able to make decisions and the best way forward for the animals and their owners.
And we understand you set up a business when you were just 18 years old. Tell us about that.
Yeah, my greatest achievement, I would actually say, is creating my own business. It was called Jamie Behrens Equestrian, and I freelanced as a work rider and coach. And over the 4 years, I worked with a bunch of different animals and people, and just basically working on confidence restoration, training, rehabilitation, all the above, and competing and selling horses. I kind of did everything, and I think that it's given me a lot of experience and opportunities that now I can grow and further my education in the industry and work. 3 main disciplines, or the most well-known disciplines, are show jumping, eventing, and dressage. Show jumping is when you jump over jumps. Eventing is all 3, show jumping, cross country, and dressage. Dressage is what they call the ballet of horse riding. It's very beautiful. And eventing is the most hardcore, where you do cross country as well, where you jump over big solid fences at fast paces. That's my favorite. Real adrenaline pump. Yeah, safety is really important. One of my top rules is that you're not allowed to ride without a helmet. It's the most important thing that you can have and use. It'll protect your head. You only have one head, so you gotta wear it. You can see it fits perfectly, nice and tight. Then also you gotta wear a proper pair of shoes, nice pair of riding boots, very important. I go through at least 1 or 2 pairs a year, so definitely the way to go. Well, they say if you fall off 7 times then you're a proper horse rider, but I've fallen off at least 1,000 times, maybe 1,000 times more to come, so that's very interesting to me. You learn something every day. Something that I think is really cute is that my horse gives me a kiss when I give him a treat, and honestly it can make any day 10 times better. It's the most unique and special bond that you can ever have. I think that's what makes the sport so beautiful, is that it's 2 hearts, 1 goal. You know, they don't have to do anything for us yet. They give us their life, they do everything for us, and I think it's the most beautiful thing that makes us so unique from other sports. It's the most unique and special bond. I feel very privileged to have lived on the States and grown up here. It's created a really good foundation for me to be able to do my sport so nearby. I think if I lived somewhere else it would make things a lot more difficult. I went to school at Melkbos Private, so everything was here in Melkbos Strand, and I'm very, very grateful to my family for making it possible for me to do the sport for so long. Obviously when I finished school it was time to do it myself, but you know, they're always there for me. They support me, and all my mom's and dad's friends and family on the estates have always supported me and made it possible for me to do my dreams. In my own weird way, I have a very lucky talent that I'm able to connect with them and understand them on a deeper level, and I think that's a huge asset to my ability of work riding, which is basically where you ride other people's horses for them and you train them, and I'm able to really understand and connect with them in order to help them grow. And often they speak to us, but yes, we don't speak the same language, but somehow we know what they want, they know what we want, and it all works out. Well, for me, I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, so I would love to go on a beach ride. I mean, we live in Equestrian, you go for a gallop down the beach, and often many people are around to see it, and you can see the happiness on their faces when they see the horses, and I personally like that. And I love jumping. You know, when you're flying in the sky, I compete in the 120s, 130s, so that's 1 meter 30. It's quite big fences, and the horses, they just fold their legs and carry you, and off you go. Some people say riding isn't a sport, but it really is so physical and mental, and it's definitely a sport. I think, you know, that horse riding is actually one of the only sports where women and men compete on equal terms. So we have to stand our ground being women, and if we can stick together and support each other and actually be positive, the sport becomes a lot more pleasant and life becomes better. I think women need to stand together and work together, and if we do, we can achieve anything. The speed in cross country is one of the most magnificent feelings in the world. We travel at 525 meters per minute, which is basically averaging like 30 kilometers per hour, and that's still slow. If you're going to go and look at race horses and whatever, they are exceptionally fast, and it's just unreal to think that an animal with 4 legs can go that fast, and they do it because they love it. You know, they wouldn't do it if they didn't want to. So the passion with the OTTB, which is off the track thoroughbreds. So basically racehorses retire, they have a very, very awesome career, and we go out and we look for ones with good breeding, good talents, and normally they're a bit difficult, but you just have to change their mind and understand when you develop that partnership, you find your true partner and you can do anything. We retrain them, they become top competition horses, which is our sports horses, the show jumping, eventing, dressage, and actually 3 of my top horses have all been off the track thoroughbreds, so they really are amazing. I've had Mr. Tashi, who was the South African eventing champion, and I have Head Honcho, who was a very, very good racehorse, and yeah, I'm looking forward to our future together. Definitely, I think that it's a sport that all young children should get into. It teaches you discipline, respect, boundaries, it keeps you humble. We're very, very lucky to have 2 places here nearby in Equestrian that offer these services. We've got Tandeka Stables, where I trained for 14 years, and we've also got Tigers Riding Club. So having it so close, you can go to school, go to ride. My advice would be that you just have to be patient and take it step by step. Remember, you're working with another animal, another mind, but it honestly could be one of the best things you do for your children. And as an adult, that mental health is very difficult. You need positivity and happiness, and I think to have a break outside in the outdoors with the sunshine and amazing animals, it could be a really big change for you by taking it on. I think that it would be really nice if anyone did want to reach out or find out more information. You're more than welcome to follow me on my social media. I am Jamie Behrens, EQ athlete, which EQ stands for equestrian, as we've all established that that's what we're in the equestrian industry. And I think my platform is there to promote positivity and inspire young people to achieve their dreams. And you don't have to come from money to make things happen. You make things happen for yourself, and I think that's really important. And if you follow my pages, you'll be empowered with that type of positivity, and we can interact on the pages, reach out to me, and we can see how to get you into the sport.